Nikola Jokic has won 3 of the last 4 MVP awards. This was a very animated Joker during the timeout.
Mid-range this series than their last couple, but I'm shocked he passed that up.
Off the turnover, Caruso bumped by Toppin. Hartenstein gets into Toppin's face.
Oh, now it's the NBA Finals. Now it's the NBA Finals. And I understand why you do this. There's no play at the ball, kind of, I guess. It depends. The referees typically take a review whenever there's some sort of scuffle.
So they are going to review it. Scott Foster is the crew chief. Easier sometimes to see in real time.
Slowing down and being able to basically stop on one foot.
Again, Draymond Green draws the foul. Immediately, Tony Brothers indicates he's going to go take a look at it to see if the elbow caught the face of Reed, and apparently it did by that reaction.
It's a tough call because all he's trying to do is draw the foul, and now Draymond is just yelling at the official, very, very frustrated. He's got to get control of his emotions. I understand the frustration because I don't think there was any intent there, but the referees are calling the game the way they expected him to. Steph Curry now trying to calm him down. Draymond making his case, which Steph understands. They're going to get Jimmy Butler back in the game for Draymond and try to get him away from the officials altogether. Very smart move by Steve Kerr right here. I mean, they're down 16 right now. They cannot afford another technical on him, and he's got to stay away from the crowd also.
Dunn picks up his 3rd foul. Zubac and Leonard on the bench together. Game 1, Harden had some foul trouble, so he and Leonard were on the bench at the same time, and Murray just picks up Powell, and Powell's having none of it. And Dunn comes in with force. Oh, playoff basketball, baby. Wow. Murray picks up Norm Powell.
I think what we're going to end up here is a double technical and nothing else.
Siakam just hit that big shot over to Nembhard. He's wide open. Thinks about it. Over to Halliburton. Halliburton pushes off. No whistle. Halliburton drives. Swatted away by Giannis. And it'll be Pacer basketball. Halliburton may have gotten away with one, and now Halliburton and Portis are doing some jawing.
Halliburton and Dame, they back at each other.
Shades of the fourth quarter from the other day.
This is what the playoffs all about. And listen, nothing dirty going on. It's competitive. I don't like you. You don't like me. Let's settle it on the court.
Refs getting involved, separating everybody. Cooler heads prevail. Siakam now talking. Siakam has a long playoff history against the Bucks, going back to the 2019 Eastern Conference Finals, where his Raptors eliminated the Bucks. And now
got a technical foul on who?
Pascal Siakam and Bobby Portis.
Is it a double tech?
Yes.
That's the officials basically taking control of the game. Listen, man, we've told you guys to calm down. Now you guys are doing too much. We're going to let you know what it is. Both of you get a double tech.
They have more shot attempts than us. That is very rare for the Celtics this season. New York has attempted 47 shots to Boston's 42, and you know how big Coach is on shot margin.
Oh, we've got some shoving right now to start the second half in an elimination game. I'm just surprised it took so long for these two division rivals. Tyronn Lue is now looking to the bench to make some other changes. Westbrook. Another jam. Technical foul on Westbrook for hanging on the rim. But the fiery Russell Westbrook is getting the crowd energized. Harden with it. Brown will defend. Screen Zubac. Foul right there with Denver having a foul to give. Oh, we got pushing. Oh, we got a shove. And it's right in front of us.
See, if you're Gordon, you don't need it. As valuable as you've been playing.
By the way, this crew, this officiating crew, was in Detroit with us on Thursday and trying to separate the Knicks and Pistons, and now they come into this crucible of emotion.
That's not that hard of a foul by Christian Brown.
Playoff passion, and they have to break up.
I mean, that was a foul they had to give. See, Harden with the shove on Gordon, that's what got him going. This is why Aaron Gordon went ballistic, is because of the shove, push, whatever you want to call it, from Harden. And that happened right in front of us. We've got the best seats in the house.
That's one thing Ime talked about, just making the Warriors pay when they double team Draymond Green. Oh man, it's a foul. Dillon Brooks. Curry is tripped again, and whoa, now Dillon Brooks got up and hit Steph, and Draymond is the big brother. And so you've got a little pushing and shoving, and Steven Adams is going to clean up everything.
Well, Dillon Brooks just tried to take the ball from Steph. Now Dillon Brooks and Steph are having words. Steph isn't backing down. Dillon Brooks is one of those players, he'll try to mask his dirty. Probably the best part of last game was when Dillon Brooks fouled out, and Steph is pointing at him, laughing at him, and Dillon Brooks was so salty he went after the ball. Oh, you mad, bro? Yeah, he was mad. He does a lot of other things as well, but
yeah, when he
was looking to cause havoc.
He went to get the ball. You had Draymond and Quentin Post saying that's enough.
Giannis is going to take it now. Here's Gary Trent Jr. Lets it fly. And the Pacers are moving on. What a comeback in overtime.
We saw what we just saw. I don't believe this. This is incredible.
Wow.
Indiana's moving into the second round for the second consecutive season. For the first time since 2011 through 2014, when they did it 3 consecutive times.
That is, I've been a part of some crazy endings in games. That is right up there with them.
The 8-0 run occurred, Greg, in the last 35 seconds.
That is just a shocking way to win and lose a basketball game.
Butler and Dillon Brooks having words. And then they are not talking about Christmas cards here. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. I'm loving it.
Well, whatever he said, he got Brooks and stitches. Eason again. We were talking about his coffee. Eason.
Defense is rebounding his energy, and
Turnover. Green lays it in. And that might just do it. Draymond Green was not done. He and Fred VanVleet come together. They're jawing right in front of that Rockets bench. And this is what happened. No punches thrown, but bodies started to come in and pushing and shoving.
well, and that was good though, that people getting Draymond Green away.
Turns, shoots. And then it's Key. Misses the layup.
Goodness.
Boy, Dillon Brooks and Spencer mixing it up underneath it. Now Spencer and Şengün. Boy, look out. Jackson Davis shoving Şengün. Officials quickly trying to defuse the situation. That thing was brewing. It started between Spencer and Brooks. And boy, a night that looked like it was going to be a huge blowout. And this thing continues to get interesting here down the stretch. Good, right here, keep your eye on Spencer. The headbutt right there on Şengün.
So New York had a season-low 15 assist, Reg, in Game 2 that they lost. They've got 9 already tonight, trying to really... Oh, here we got some pushing at the other end. Reed and Towns.
If you're Reed, you got to be careful, understanding Stewart is not available tonight. And the Pistons don't have a lot of bigs. This is smart what Towns is doing.
Robinson.
It was Robinson and Reed initially. Don't know what was said or what was going on. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing.
Here's your clutch player of the year, the award winner in that category, most points, and he lives up to it. He's got it right now. With a whistle, it's away from the ball, and Towns
and Harris kind of going at it.
Crashing each other, and Duran is involved. This is exactly what we wanted.
No, this is exactly what playoff basketball should be.
And this is a huge win on so many levels for Golden State because Butler gets to heal an additional 2-3 days. As Jalen Green and Jimmy Butler are having words at the midcourt, circle, and Draymond Green. This is a very pugnacious, feisty Houston Rockets squad. They lean into their identity. It's a reason for their success. And so did Draymond. There's something along the lines like, hey, you don't know me like that.
In all of sports, Wrigley Field.
Edwards hits the pass. And James yelling at Gobert. Finney Smith with a little shove. Boy, LeBron James is really hot.
Gobert does not seem bothered by any of it.
That should be reviewed as a flagrant, in my opinion.
Now James initiates it with a kind of a shoulder shove, but that's above the shoulder.
Eason will come out on him. Eason. Foul on Draymond Green. The foot remains. The jersey being held. Oh, we've got some more grappling on the floor.
Draymond has to be careful. Remember, he already has that technical foul of when he was trying to get up off the floor here. See, there's nothing here, and his legs just happen to be on the shoulders of Eason.
Did you see?
And a little bit of kick at the end of that. I hope that was inadvertent right there by Draymond Green.
And a foul call. Edwards and James.
So again, this is 2 straight possessions where Ant is just turning up the level of physicality, and this is on the post. Now he's got his numbers. I thought they were going to enter the ball into the post. Some gratuitous.
That's not even the freedom of movement. You know when you're playing against your little brother, but Lou Dort, it's just the touch he has and the elevation on that jump. That arc is very consistent.
Edwards, long three-pointer. It's good! Anthony Edwards from way downtown. A 41-point lead.
He and Dort hitting one another on the way back up the floor.
We saw it in the Lakers series, him and Bron do it. We've seen him do it against Kevin Durant. He will do it against SGA, Lou Dort. It don't matter. Anybody can get that smoke. Well, that was my first and second year in the league, and then I worked extremely hard on it and it stopped happening.
And a foul. Draymond Green looking at James Capers. And it's going to be an offensive foul.
Well, Draymond's point was he's holding me. But that's the kind of physicality we've become accustomed to start this playoffs. To me, that's extra.
And officials are going to look to see if that's extra.
Hartenstein hands, and it's an air ball from SGA.
Oh, a lot of contact there running the court.
Jokic and Holmgren both were ready to explode.
Arms got tangled up, and Jokic right there throwing his arms gets called for the foul.
So now they're going to challenge the call. Jokic making the case to his head coach, David Adelman, you got to challenge it. This was foul number 4.
Under 2 minutes to go in this first half. And that's going to be a foul. Draymond Green colliding with Van.
And Draymond Green smartly going over to check on Fred VanVleet. This one I feel bad for Draymond Green on. I mean, this wasn't Draymond Green trying to start anything. Wasn't Draymond Green arguing. And I think the key right here, as Steve Kerr's talked about, is that Draymond Green doesn't let this difficult call get to him, and he just keeps his composure, which he seems to be doing.
Case and Wallace also in the game for OKC. It's now 33-13. And back and forth here between Williams and Westbrook. Officials get in between. Westbrook is gesticulating. And Scott Foster has made a call. They're trying to sort it out exactly who the technicals are going to be on. It indicated initially that it would be Westbrook. And Westbrook is trying to make the case that it should be a technical on OKC as well.
For a very brief rest at the 4:32 mark of the quarter, and now John Goble gets Sam Merrill and DeAndre Hunter. But look out, Turner comes to the defense of Mathurin. Well, you can see something brewing between those two the other night, and that has spilled in and over here to game 4.
It is definitely getting chippy. And this is important to keep your head. We talk about the postseason being about who handles adversity best.
Again, Hunter took contact right there. That kind of a little bit of a I don't want to say a punch, but the extension of the right arm from Mathurin.
First of all, he checked out Rudy Gobert first, and then he got the strip.
And McDaniels with a shove. The frustration for Jaden McDaniels. Gilgeous-Alexander goes down. Lou Dort trying to have words with McDaniels. Naz Reid tries to get in between.
Yeah, I don't even think you got to look at it. They should review it.
Lauren is back there awaiting a report as Dylan Brooks hits a tough shot. And Green throws an elbow. Post. Drops Steven Adams.
Here it is, a battle inside.
Adams hits the deck. Brooks jumped right in Green's way. Yep.
Halliburton, triple. So Brunson was down there with Mathurin, and they got tangled up, and they both hit the floor, and now they're having a word and maybe a bit of a conversation.
Down low.
Brunson picked up his second personal foul.
Good call.
On the bench tonight, 22-13 advantage for Indiana.
Yeah, Brunson still having words with Mathurin.
Jalen Brunson. Shot clock at 4, pickpocketed by Nembhard.
Another steal, number 6 for Andrew, having words with Brunson.
His defense has been terrific.
Stalled his momentum, and Nembhard able to get the steal.
A little headbutt there.